Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Gong. Okay, there you go. We're on, what do we do at Ravel? Video number 10. Wow, we're already at 10. We've got a bunch more to go. It's incredible. See, the interesting thing with Ravel is not so much what the works are, because we all know what the works are going to be for the most part. You know, it's a limited oeuvre. But on the other hand, the way that they're coupled and recoupled and issued and reissued, and the artists who are doing them, and artists we haven't heard of, and there are all kinds of nifty things, I think, cropping up throughout this series. I hope you agree, because it's just some wonderful things that no one has time to listen to, and they really deserve to be heard. So we've got Piano Works Volume 1 here with François-Joël Thiollier, who did a very, very good recording of the two piano concertos with Anthony Witt, coupled with the Nights in the Gardens of Spain. It's a beautiful disc. He's a good pianist, and his Ravel is quite fine. So Naxos had a good one there. Then we've got, this was fun. This was really fun. This is Paul Paray's only recording for DG, with Monique Haas doing the two piano concertos, the Sonatine and the Valse Noble et Sentimentale. And, it's mono, some of it's stereo. The concertos are in stereo. They're from 1965. The other stuff from 56, the Sonatine and the Valse Noble, those are mono. But yeah, it's a DG classic. Really, really nice to see it come back as part of the original series for Monique Haas and Paul Paray fans. And who isn't? Let's face it. Ravel, Oeuvre pour Violin et Piano, with Brigitte Angerer and Régis Pasquier. Here, you can look them up yourself if you can't understand the way I pronounce them. It doesn't matter. We've got the Sonata Posthume. He wrote a posthumous violin sonata. No one writes posthumous sonatas, do they? It was published posthumously. It was from 1897. Then you've got his major violin sonata, which is fantastic, and the Kaddish and Cigana, the Habanera, and the Berceuse sur le nom de Gabriel Fauré on Harmonia Mundi. This is early Harmonia Mundi. This is 1991. Yes, relatively early Harmonia Mundi. Then what's this thing? Ravel Orchestrations. Oh, this is fun. This is on the Royal Flemish Philharmonic on Talent. Talent, whatever it is, was a label, actually, with Danielle Caligari. And we've got, what have we got here? Chabrier's Minuet Pompeux, Debussy's Sarabande and Danse, the Schumann Carnival, the bits, there's only a few bits that Ravel orchestrated. It was one of those collective deals. And Pictures at an Exhibition. So this is like, I got this for the everything but Pictures at an Exhibition, because it's not like fabulous, spectacular, but at the time, you couldn't get some of these earlier orchestrations so easily on CD. Then we've got, Yoel Levy of the Atlanta Symphony doing Daphnis and Chloé at the Pavane. Well, I mean, it's a very good performance of Daphnis and Chloé. You've got the Atlanta Symphony Chorus, which is amazing, and stunning Telarc sonics, and it's great. It's just great and easily overlooked. It would be so nice. I keep trying to get Telarc. Well, it's Concord Music, which owns Telarc now, to do boxes. They should do a Shaw box. They should do a Levy box. They should do a Dochnani box. They should just put these things together. And Frederick Fennell, and there's all this stuff that they did on Telarc. A Zinman box. I mean, they had some really a wonderful catalog. And they really, 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 really ought to assemble it. It's never going to happen. Never, ever. Okay, Daphnis and Chloé and Fauré Pélias et Mélisande. The Fauré is with Ansermet and the Orchestre de la Suisse Romande, and the Daphnis is with Lauren Mazel in Cleveland. And it's very good. It's Mazel in Cleveland. It's razor sharp, but it doesn't have any weird bits. There's nothing peculiar about the performance. It's just razor sharp and clear and well recorded and marvelously played. And this is on Decca Eloquence from our good friends in Australia. And here we've got another Daphnis and Chloé, Shai with the good Circabel, coupled with Debussy's Kama, which is rare, very rare. Debussy's Kama, the legend Danse, is lovely. It was orchestrated, I think, by Coquelin, not by Debussy for sure. And the Daphnis and Chloé is lovely, and nobody pays any attention to it. especially because Shai's box things that have been coming out on Decca are all devoted to like symphonies. Well, this is called a symphony chorégraphique, but they don't care. It's a ballet and it's French, so no one pays any attention. But a lot of the best stuff that he did with the Concertgebouw was like Stravinsky and, that stuff. So, all right. And here's a Ravel. Oh, this is a song thing on EMI double forte. So we've got Scheherazade with Janet Baker. This is all with Janet Baker. Okay, well, that's great. With the New Philharmonia and Barbaroli. Then Chausson's Poème de l'amour et de la mer, which is gorgeous. A 27-minute long tone poem with a voice sort of thing. And then her Duparc songs with the LSO and Andre Previn, along with the Chausson. Schumann, Frauenliebe und Leben with Daniel Barenboim at the piano. The Brahms 4 serious songs. And 2 Lieder with Cecil Aronowitz and Andre Previn at the piano. And the 4 duets by Brahms. Yes, 4 duets, opus 28, with Fischer-Dieskau and Barenboim. This is a great Janet Baker selection, is what it is. But I stuffed it into Ravel because Scheherazade's the first thing on it, and it's the thing we're most likely to recall. Then we've got the complete piano works, again, with Philippe Entremont on Sony. This sort of replaced the Casadeu, that's his word. Casadeu, the Casadeu, doodly, Cazé. No, Robert Casadeu set, which was sort of mono-ish and stereo-ish part of it, I think, whatever. Anyway, this thing came out later. And it was issued in, well, this says 74. Was it that late? I don't know, originally? I don't know. Anyway, Entremont really gets no attention or recognition these days at all, and it's kind of a pity. He was the house pianist in an awful lot of repertoire for Columbia, and he was very popular in the United States, not so much anywhere else, I gather, but he was very capable, and there's some really good things in here. I mean, he's got, first of all, you get the habanera and you get Mother Goose for piano 4 hands. He's joined by Dennis Lee, piano 2. And I like a lot of this. I think his let me see what's good here. The sonatine is quite good. Miroir has some beautiful moments in it. The Valet des Cloches is really good. Jeu d'eau is nice and liquid. I mean, he knows the style. It's good stuff. And I'm keeping it anyway because I collect all these Ravel piano music sets. And if you think I'm doing a repertoire video about them all, oh my God. Well, we'll see what happens in the future. And then we've got this wonderful disc, which has since been boxed up in the Michel Plasson box. There are 2 of them. There's like an opera box and an orchestral box. Well, there were. They're out of print, of course. Long gone, totally out of print. But this has his Prix de Rome cantatas. Alissa, Alcione, and Mirha. And they're from 1901, 1902, and 1903, when, every French person had to write a boring cantata, and then they get sent to Rome to write another boring cantata, and then they come back to France and start being composers. And Ravel did that, and here are the 3 cantatas. They have very, very little to do with what we're used to in Ravel, the sound of Ravel as we're used to it. But they're okay. I mean, they're worth hearing. They're interesting to have. And of course, you're certainly not going to find them all over the place. So I hung on to them. And that, my friends, is Ravel Volume 9. No, Volume 10. This is Ravel Volume 10. We just did Volume 9. Okay. This is Volume 10. We're getting there. We are getting there. So keep on listening. And thanks so much for joining me. Take care.